Hey everybody, today we're cooking this beautiful steak and these amazing mashed potatoes, and you don't want to miss it, so let's get cooking. Okay, so here's our steak, and as you can see it's kind of small and sad. I bought it at Sam's, and they usually have these nice big ribeye packs with big ribeye, but every now and again, well, you get some small ones in there. And this is just kind of the end of the road. I got to get this out of my freezer. So we're going to go ahead and cook this one. First thing, salt. Always salt, period. This is where most people mess up. They'll just throw seasoning on and then throw it in the skillet and then wonder why their steak is kind of bland. Now we're going to throw on my little accent. I love this stuff. We're going to put that on there first. Now, why salt first? It's science. See, it's going to start drawing out the moisture. And as it eventually, though, the meat will draw it back in. And what you want it to do when it starts drawing that moisture back in is to draw in your seasoning. Now, if you put your seasoning on and then salt it, well, then you've got salt sitting on top of seasoning and it's not drawing it into your meat. And as for seasoning, what are we using? I'm using this stuff right here. My roommate actually came up with this at Tractor Supply of all places. And it's really good. It's just like Meat Church's Holy Cow, except a little milder. Put on as much or as little as you want. I like mine pretty solid. Now, at this point, we stop. We don't do anything. We let it sit on this side, face up for a while. We're going to give it about 15 minutes, and then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to season the other side. We're going to give that salt and seasoning a time and chance to do its job and make this meat just taste even better than we know it's going to be. I won't bother filming the other side. It looked just like what I did there. So after we season both sides, we're going to give it about 30 minutes to an hour to just sit. And that's going to allow you to maximize the seasoning being drawn into the meat. You can go longer if you do a marinade. Sometimes I'll do a marinade, throw it on the grill. Man, it's nothing better than let it marinate for a day or two in the fridge in a Ziploc bag. It just adds so much depth and dimension. So, again, we're going to stop here. And for me, it'll be 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour before I get back to this. For you, well, it'll just be an instant. So as you can see, I've mostly got my potatoes chopped up. You don't need anything too big or wild. Don't need to be pretty. They just need to be chopped up to make it easier to boil. Now, the smaller you get them, the quicker it's going to boil. And there's really nothing fancy to chopping them. I did it in half, did it in half again, which is quarters. And don't do this, people. This is bad for your knife. Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, that's bad for your knife. Just don't. But yeah, the bigger the pieces, the longer it's going to take to boil. Smaller pieces, the quicker. Makes sense, don't it? Now we're going to add some kosher salt and some hot water before we throw it on to boil. All right, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, starting to get some nice color on it. That's what we like to see. Now, if you're into scientific weirdness, that's called a Maillard reaction. Don't ask me to spell it. But that's what gives you this crispy, crunchy look here and that color we're looking for. Oh, it's smelling good. Let's see how it's looking now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We are ready to eat. Look how beautiful that is. Throw in some mashed potatoes and we're gonna have something good. Alright, so now we're gonna add in some hot water. Use your sprayer too, make sure you get all the salt. The point of the salt isn't for seasoning in this case. It's like antifreeze in your vehicle. And on a day like today where I woke up and it's 28 degrees in the Mississippi Delta, you understand the need for antifreeze. What salt and antifreeze do is they alter the boiling point of water. Antifreeze raises it. Salt raises the boiling point of water. So you get more heat applied to your potatoes. And now let's start boiling these bad boys. Now as you can see, screen right, my potatoes are boiling away quite nicely. So while that's happening, we're going to go ahead and start with everything that's going to go into it. We're going to start here with some bacon that I've already sliced up. As you can see, I just stacked it up, cut it lengthwise, and there we go. Now, there's a hierarchy when it comes to this sort of stuff. You start off with bacon. Bacon is always at the top of the list. So if that's one of your ingredients, bacon is first. Second, you do your onion. Now, if you're not doing any bacon, well, onion is first. But we're doing bacon in this, so we're gonna do the bacon first. And I got it at a medium-low heat right now. And we're gonna give it a little time to start cooking before we start adding all of our other goodies in here. These onions are looking just the way I want them to now. At this point, I'm going to add in about 3 cloves of garlic here. Slice up into small little pieces. Now, that's not going to take long. There's a bit of a debate on how long you should cook garlic. I mean, people fight about anything. Some say, oh, you just let it go as long as you want. Others just try to tell you, no, you gotta wait. You gotta do it quick. Wait for it to smell fragrant. When you can start to smell it, like I can now. Oh God, I wish you could smell this, people. When you can smell it, you wait just a minute or two, and then you're finished. Now, if this was a sauce of some variety, this is when you would add in any liquids, wine or broth or whatever you may be doing. But the garlic is always last. And we're going to take the heat off of that. And I'm going to strain these potatoes over here. And when I reset the camera, we're going to put all this together. It's going to be awesome. All right, as you can see, our potatoes are strained. They're steamy. But we got to go ahead and mush them up just a little bit, just to get things started. Now, if I was a real chef, you know what I would have? I'd have one of those fun little potato mashers, but I don't. So, I use that. We're going to go ahead now, add in some butter. Yeah. How much butter do you put in? How much do you like butter? I'm going to go with a whole stick of butter. But I'm going to break it up into smaller pieces just so it will melt a little more quickly. There we go. Butter, butter everywhere. Butter makes everything better. Let's get it. Now I'm going to go ahead and just to get things going, the milk kind of acts as a lubricant when you're trying to do this. Real low setting. Look how easy that just got. A little bit of milk, that's all it took. Try not to get your power cord stuck in there. Now, I love sour cream in my potatoes. I don't know about you, but we'll do a little bit more. Measure carefully. All right, you don't want to go too much or too little. Now, as the potatoes break up, you can speed up your mixer. It's less likely to go slinging stuff out of there, and they'll get things a little better blended. Now, how many times have you done this and wondered, okay, how do I get that out? It's real simple. You dip back down in there, like so, and they come out, and centrifugal force will get most of it off of there. Science! Whoa! Try to knock the whole place down, aren't I? That's better. Gotta get some of that off of there. Now, you gotta taste it just for seasoning purposes, of course. Now, our final ingredient. All that bacon and onion and garlic, just throw it right on in there. Whew. A little bacon grease too. Ain't gonna hurt. Now, you don't want to use the blender anymore. You want to just fold that in. Make sure it's just mixed throughout. Now, we're going to take a quick little Oh, that's so good. Yeah, you don't want to give bad food to your guests. You know what? We're going to add just a little bit more of this buttery steakhouse. A little bit of that. And I think a little salt won't hurt. perfection. Now comes the best part of making these videos. Trying all of this. Let's see how this steak turned out. Oh, just perfect. Look how perfect that is. I did it by accident, but look, perfectly pink and cooked on the outside. You can't beat that. Now let's give this a taste. Even for a piece of beef, it kind of leaves something to be desired. This is good. Can't forget these mashed potatoes. It's like there's a party going on in my mouth. You're not invited unless you go cook it yourself. And you should. This is so easy to make. Anybody can do it. And I highly recommend you give this a try. Play with the mashed potatoes any way you want to. You're gonna love it. And I look forward to seeing you next week. This is so good. Hey, what are you still doing here? Did you forget to like, comment, and subscribe? You should go do that now. And go get your own steak. This is mine.